Former President Trump appears to have publicly acknowledged the core facts in the Manhattan District Attorney's case against the Trump Organization and its chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg. Have a listen to what he told a Florida crowd over the weekend.
They go after good, hard-working people for not paying taxes on a company car. Company car. You didn't pay tax on the car or the apartment. You used an apartment because you need an apartment because you have to travel too far where your house is. You didn't pay tax. Or education for your grandchildren. I don't even know. Do you have to? But does anybody know the answer to that stuff?
Well, the IRS does know the answer to that. This marks the former president's most substantial comments yet on the charges since they were unsealed last week. CNN's Laura Jarrett has been following the story. And Laura, you look at those comments. I mean, the president seems to be acknowledging the core facts of the case here, right? And to be clear, just so folks at home know, right? I mean, the idea was instead of paying that money to Weisselberg as income, which would have been taxed, instead the company pays it themselves, and he therefore avoids, well, many hundred thousands of dollars in taxes over the course of several years. I mean, do the president's comments affect this case legally? I mean, is that something that the prosecutors can raise in court?
Yes, potentially. You might see them do that. I think you're seeing, one, a political maneuver, but also a legal maneuver, and both of them shouldn't work. And here's why, Jim. The president, the former president, I should say, is the one who held himself out as a purported tax expert.
Former President Donald Trump defiant over the weekend. He held a rally in Florida despite prosecutors in New York indicting both his organization and its CFO, Alan Weisselberg, just last week. But instead of refuting the charges of tax evasion through the use of fringe benefits, Trump, he seemed to double down.
They didn't go after Hillary Clinton and her foundation. They didn't touch her. They leave Democrats alone no matter how bad they are. But they've mobilized every power of government to come after me, my family, my wonderful employees, and my company solely because of politics. They want to do things to hurt us.
Here with us now, former federal prosecutor and CNN legal analyst Elie Honig, also the managing editor of Axios and CNN political analyst Margaret Talev. Thanks to both of you. Elie, beyond those comments there, Trump at that same rally defended the practice, in effect, right, of taking what might normally be income, calling it a fringe benefit, quite large ones, in fact, paying private school tuition in New York for grandchildren, a rent-free apartment in New York, and therefore shielding that from taxes. I wonder, can his comments be used in court?
They absolutely can be used against him in court, Jim, and I pity Donald Trump's lawyers here because I guarantee you their advice to him was, don't talk about this case. Have your rally, but don't talk about this case.